Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 15th to the 22nd. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and we're going to jump right in. Cancer, this is a big week. And it's one of those weeks where it's like there's just so much happening. I couldn't put it all on the whiteboard. It would take like 20 whiteboards. So I just want you to know you are coming after that lunar eclipse that was in Pisces. So remember, those are strong. You're still feeling the impacts of that as you prepare for the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. But also, I dropped these forecasts. Well, I'm a little bit late this week. And with that said, thank you for all your comments and all your kindness. And I do want to take some time out to thank you for that. I will eventually, do a video talking about the health issue that I've been going through. Ruby will have, by the time this video is posted, have had her stem cell consultation. But anyway, remember, this is a month of like healthcare, like taking care of yourself as well with all this Virgo energy. So I hope that you're doing that as well. But thank you so much. All right. Now, that's the other thing I was going to say is like over this weekend, remember the Mercury and the Sun, sextile Jupiter in your sign. So really amazing weekend for you. Am I right? Now, the other thing is that you see that I did put the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, just as visual reference. We're going to talk about that next week because that's a whole thing on its own. Because what's happening this week is going to be loaded. There's going to be a huge concentration of activity that's compressed into 3 to 4 days. Really pay attention to Wednesday until the eclipse. It's a big, blob of astrology that, there's a lot. We'll go through it, but it is a week of reality checks. And this will be a week that you will not forget. Like your first hickey. Okay. Speaking of which, Monday, September 15th, you got Venus sextile Mars. Okay. Great. We know what happens when these two planets get together, the cosmic lovebirds. You got Venus and Leo. You have Mars and Libra. So this is actually really wonderful because you've got Mars in Venus's home. So Mars is a house guest. He's on his best behavior because he is in Libra, where he's a little bit like calmer, right? So this is really fun and flirty. But for you, it's also really great with money. There may be something here with money, assets. There could be something here with finances, salary, especially because Venus is in Leo. Venus is money, right? Leo rules your second house of money and finances. And then you've got Mars in Libra, which is great. That's your fourth house. So a lot of things that have to do with home, family. A lot of y'all may be moving or maybe accommodating for a new house guest or even a pet, things like that. All right. So romance, collaborations even are still really great because Venus is not only love and money and beauty and luxury, and Mars is action and drive and libido, by the way. Yeah, but there's just so much great chemistry here. So use this. All right. Use this. If Venus is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it, right? And Mars is action. So take that action. Sextiles are windows of opportunity. So go get what you deserve because things are about to change on Wednesday. Before we get there, Tuesday the 16th, you will have the moon in your sign, conjuncting Jupiter in your sign. The moon rules you. Jupiter's exalted in your sign. Tuesday's going to be great. Tuesday's going to be great. We'll talk about more in the second spread. Now, Wednesday, September 17th, Mercury opposite Saturn. Wow. And Neptune, by the way. That's going to happen on Thursday, but they come as a package deal. So this is where things get a little bit, right? You got Mercury, the planet of communication, thinking, ideas, conversations. Really great place. Mercury in Virgo. Amazing. Virgo rules your third house of communication. You're going to be having conversations or writing letters, DMs, whatever it is. That's what's happening here. Okay. But Saturn is a roadblock. Saturn, the authority, has put on his aviators at this point. And so just keep that in mind. Saturn retrograded back into Pisces. Look at your monthly forecast. Think about everything that you've learned since March 2023. Yeah, the biggest lessons when it came to your perspective on things, your worldview, your philosophy, spirituality, inner wisdom, but also travel, book publishing. Yeah. Podcasting, broadcast, all of that, education. Did you go back to school? Are you learning something? Are you teaching? Yeah. So Saturn, going back into Pisces, remember, there's that this is a pop quiz, basically. All right. He's not going to let you pass unless you pass his pop quiz. There may be a little bit of legal matters. There may be some not seeing eye to eye with, like home and family stuff. Okay. So landlord, realtors, things like that. Okay. Also significant other, grandparents, parents, children. There just may be something here. Saturn's not going to make it easy. And then Mercury opposite Neptune, that can bring some confusion. All right. Confusion, deception, maybe even misinformation, WTF moments. Neptune is still in Aries in your 10th house of career, your public recognition, and even just your reputation, what you want to be known for, honors and achievements, even social status and leadership. So, are people telling the truth this day? It's Mercury. It's Mercury and Neptune. Are people telling the truth? You have to be on guard this day, okay? Just let you know, all right? This is going to be a day. Especially because Mercury, for you, being in your third house is such a strong position. And so there may also be something, like I said, education. There may be something here with travel is a big thing for you at this point too. Maybe planning travel as well. Maybe not seeing eye to eye with someone about planning travel. So keep that in mind, okay? And you still have just a lot of family stuff happening this entire week. So what do you do on this day? You treat it like casual Friday. Try to avoid having major conversations. Try to avoid, don't pull your boss to the side and say, I need a raise. Like, this is not the day to do it. Okay. The good news is that Mercury, again, is really strong in Virgo. And so this is a great time where you may feel just very strategic, analytical, head above the clouds, like you're the best chess player in the world. That type of energy, you're going to feel that. So really ride that energy. Just be very mindful. And I say this all the time. Everything is energy, including words, because you're going to be communicating, okay, this week. And you want to use those higher expressions of Neptune, which is like creativity. So thinking in creative ways, because it can feel like a little bit of a roadblock. All right. And even just, spending time, Neptune is imagination as well. The arts, music, right? Go take your team out to, a Pearl Jam concert. Do something, right? Where it's like everyone's inspired. That's what you want to do. All right. Now, the reason why I'm harping on this day too is because Mars in Libra will also be opposite Chiron. And Eris, Mars's sister, the goddess warrior, is here too. She's right on top of Chiron. And so Mars is opposite his sister. It's like this sibling rivalry. We'll talk about it in the second spread, but that's also bringing up some wounds possible from the past, especially when it comes to career. All right, as well as home and family. Those are big themes for you, but even fame, yeah. So just FYI, Thursday, September 18th, Mercury will move into Libra. And it may be, Wednesday for you, okay? Mercury moving into Libra will be at 6 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York City time. Mars is excited, okay? Mars is in Libra, so Mars is excited to have company, and there's a lot of focus now, okay, on home and family for you. A lot of focus for the rest of the month, to be honest. A lot of focus on partnerships and relationships and marriage, diplomacy. And so this is really great because this is a lot of like makeup energy. Yeah. Libra being very diplomatic. And so keep that in mind because you probably went through some experiences through the eclipse season where this may be necessary, where it's like, let's forgive and forget, or let's, sweep this under the rug. Let's pull the plug on this. You get it, right? So this is all part of your growth. And I say that because at this point, we're here, right? We are here. So when I say we're here, all the outer planets are retrograde. Yeah, they're at a standstill. They're asking you to reassess situations. And that's what's gonna help you move slowly forward. And I say slowly because that's how it's gonna feel. So it's like all these tests that you still have to pass from the past that may be coming up, or things that you haven't changed yet, that these planets are allowing you to do it. So just bear that in mind, because from this point forward, to be honest, Cancer, it is crunch time. Things are going to get a little like mosh pitty, all right? You're going to feel winds of change. And that is because from this moment, every single planet and luminary, the sun, moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, all of them except for Jupiter, they're all going to be between 28 to 0 degrees. And so those are those critical degree points. A lot of these planets are passing through. And that means this is one big pileup of a lot of strong energy. There's gravitas here. Remember, all the outer planets at a standstill, not really letting the inner planets do their work for you. So there may be, and remember, this is happening leading up to the eclipse, leading up to the equinox. I did say in your monthly forecast, the planets have come out to play hard. And this is a schoolyard. They've all got their rubber baseball bats. This is that week where, if you're a subscriber, you know I've been saying, expect with the prism portal that you're experiencing, everyone's experiencing for the next few years, this is when you start feeling those breakdowns for breakthroughs. All right? And it just so happens to be eclipse season. And you're going to see this on the world stage too. Everyone is experiencing this. And I talk about this in Great Awakener. And thank you for everyone who has signed up, by the way, greatawakener.com. I forgot to tell y'all, because things have been so bonkers for me, that the promo sale is still going on. You got your promo codes. Every subscriber to this channel, every member, you get 50 to 75% off. We just got this amazing hypnotherapist doing sessions. Remember, everything's included in your price. It's amazing. And they're all live streams, so you can ask questions. And that's where I talk about the world, astrology, like the economy, geopolitical events, geophysical events, AI. You're seeing changes. Everyone is going through change too. And so will you this week. This week, with every planet 28 to 0, 1 degree, that's big. That's like a big reset. We have yachts this week. We have kites. We have the whole shebang. Everything that you can imagine is happening in just this concentrated period of time. Okay? And a lot of these planets, again, in opposition or squares, there is a kite formation that does involve Mercury and Uranus and Pluto, as well as Neptune at the apex. So for you, Cancer, with Neptune at the apex in Aries, your 10th house of fame, career, honors and achievements, or just how you want to be perceived, your reputation, it's very public facing. Neptune is sending signals to you, like a little beacon, to use your imagination and to be creative, to tap into your spiritual warrior. All right? Because Neptune is still conjunct Saturn. Yeah. Even though Saturn's moved into Pisces, still there. They're still together. Yeah. So believe it or not, Saturn is, sure, this week, maybe, wearing his aviators, but he's still, in the long run, helping you turn your dreams into reality. Yeah. So he does make you do it the hard way sometimes. And I want you to remember, you create your reality, though. So this is all part of your spiritual journey, and all these aspects that are happening this week allow you to make those changes that you need to make. And with all those retrogrades, changes you still need to make. Okay? Changes you haven't done yet. These retrogrades, it's giving you this time, this window. And remember, everything is energy. So what you put out there, you receive in kind. And if you've been at that high frequency of compassion and love and gratitude and self-love, this week is going to be a piece of cake. Am I right? You're going to be king or queen of the hill, the mountaintop. Now, great news is that we do have that the grand air trine. So you see, we've got like 5 million things happening here. I'll break this one down for you. This is Mercury in Libra, trine, Uranus in Gemini, and Pluto in Aquarius. So there's your pyramid, okay? All of those early degrees, the 0, 1 degree of new beginnings. It's like a floaty. It's like a life raft floaty, all air, all these air signs working harmoniously for you in these auspicious aspects. This air trine is wonderful. And so what does this mean? Well, for you, there's a lot of transformation in the works, a lot of you speaking words into existence, into the ether, you having a lot of conversations about the changes that you're going to make or that you want to make or your personal transformation. But also there's something here that's very spiritual for you. There's something here that's very liberating for you. There's something here that has to do with home and family still as well. Okay, this works in your favor. You could be receiving good news. You could be making big announcements. You could be writing a really compelling letter, right? Pluto is activated, and Pluto in Aquarius is in your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation, of regeneration. You're going through change. Remember, Uranus trine Pluto, that's for years. They're tight. This is a tight aspect. So what does that even mean for you? Well, relationships, money, big focuses here for you, even investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, royalties, things like that. But also what's beneath the surface. Pluto is ruler of the underworld. So what inside you has to come out for that transformation that you seek? What needs to be revealed? Is there anything that needs to be told with Mercury here giving you the megaphone, right? So Mercury's also the mind, intellect. So it's really, honestly, with all these triple air activated. Be social, network, communicate. This is good, all right? And remember, Libra is peace. Mercury in Libra, So like I said, forgive and forget, making peace, making up with other people, especially things that have to do with home, family, property matters, real estate, ancestry, your roots, all of that. And Uranus trine Pluto, is part of the prison portal. So it is a core aspect that, again, is driving you into 2026 and beyond. Your breakthroughs. This is all about your breakthroughs. And you're going to feel this. You're going to feel this. What does this mean? What has to go? When you have Pluto in Aquarius in your 8th house, and you're going to have a Mars in Scorpio next week, FYI, when you have that, remember what I said, it's death and rebirth. It's caterpillar to butterfly. You can't have that rebirth part until you have that death part. So there's something that has to go. The South Node is still in Virgo. Okay? There's something that has to go, but you've got to let it out. Now, Moon in Leo, trine Ceres and Aries, we'll talk about that in the second spread. That's going to happen. That's great. That's really wonderful career money stuff for you. And then we also have Juno in Scorpio. That's going to sextile the sun in Virgo. I absolutely love that for you. I feel like there's going to be something here really fun, exciting. We'll talk about the second spread. Now, Friday, September 19th, we have Venus in Virgo. All right. So Venus, love, money, creativity, creative projects, all of that, everything that makes your heart sing. You're about to start scrutinizing it with what are they? Magnifying glass. That's Venus in Virgo. So Virgo is all about the details. It can be a little, it's that perfectionist energy. It can be a little bit nitpicky when it comes to love and relationships. It's even the health of relationships and work relationships too. All right. Remember, Virgo rules your 3rd house. So there can be something here with siblings, your relatives. It could be something with neighbors, something with travel, as well as writing projects or local community. I mean, it's the 3rd house. There's there's a lot, but just the main thing is communication. So be mindful of that, because remember that mosh pit of aspects that I was talking about, that's still happening. Right. And we do have it. It's a yod. We call it a finger of God. This stage is powerful. And at this point, the bigger picture for you is that we do have the Sun, Moon, Venus, and the South Node in Virgo, all in your 3rd house of communication and writing and learning, education, travel, everything I mentioned, but a lot of family energy, like I said, for you this week. Now, Venus in Virgo, just remember that can be very nitpicky. Everyone feels it, right? But in different areas of their life. But it's also good just to put things in order. Yeah. The best thing to do with Venus in Virgo, I've told you, This can be very being hard on yourself with relationships, with love, with money. Channel that energy into Virgo's higher frequency, higher expression, which would be self-care and service to others, because everyone in the world, again, will be feeling all these aspects, and everyone is on a karmic journey. Yeah, especially with the South Node here. So what has to go? What has to go? Yeah. Any perfectionist energy, anything that you're being hard on yourself, what has to go? The other thing is just be proactive, all right? And everything that you do for the greater good, you're going to be good. And interestingly, when Venus moves into Virgo, the moon is going to be moving into Virgo at the same time. All right. So yeah, therefore they're going to be conjuncting. And so we'll talk about that in the second spread. But Saturday, September 20th is when you have Venus and Virgo squaring Uranus and Gemini. So this is kind of interesting for you. It's very, there just may be something here. It's like a spiritual awakening that you might have. All right. It's a square. It's Uranus, all about surprises, the unexpected wake-up calls with Venus, love, money, relationships. You could be getting unexpected messages. It could be you saying something that's unexpected. There may be something here. All right. The other thing is, remember Uranus and Gemini? Gemini rules communication. You have Venus and Virgo in your third house of communication. So it looks like there's something that may be communicated, okay? Or even just through online, DMs, texts, things like that. Here's the big picture for you, all right? Uranus and Gemini is in your 12th, which is very spiritual. It's very nebulous. There's something here that is, could be something that you feel intuitively. And there is almost this tug of war between your physical mind and your higher mind. Always trust your intuition. You particularly, Cancer, all right? 12th house is also, the lower expressions would be self-sabotage. It would also be like hidden enemies. So there could be something here where you find out someone that you thought was supporting you, like a friend or a family member or whatnot. They surprise you and you're like, oh, okay, you're actually like my, cheetah. Anyway, just remember the air trine that's happening, that grand air trine is helping you, okay? And Uranus wants you to shake things up anyway. Uranus and Gemini is all about freeing your mind, expanding your consciousness, be willing to learn and take risks and be curious, but most of all, have your breakthrough, okay? Because this is going to be a very spiritual weekend for you. And when I say that, yeah, you're going to be seeing things in a new perspective, in a new light. You will have the Sun in Virgo opposite Saturn. Remember, that's happening during the eclipse. And that can be a thing. All right. That can be a thing. And it's nearly exact. Saturn in Pisces, remember, that's your 9th house, and you've got the Sun in Virgo in your 3rd. So again, big themes in terms of education, learning, and travel would be the biggest things for you, but also gaining wisdom, shifting your perspective, and being able to compromise. All right. So, It honestly, like, everything that's happening this week is oh yeah, and thank you everyone who has signed up for Great Awakener, and your promo codes still work, and you can find, and there you'll see the community posts, and even if you click the thing when you go to checkout, you'll see how to get yours. Anyway, what I was gonna say is just this is a great weekend to ask yourself what needs to go, what do I have to surrender before the eclipse. That's gonna take me on a whole new path. Because it looks like there's some big contract that could happen for you too, or an agreement. Let's get started. See what's going on for you, Cancer, for September 15th to the 22nd. Cancer. Thank you. How are y'all doing? Cancer, I do a traditional culture cross spread, offers the best overview, and especially for a weekly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Yeah. You also know I love y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Y'all got so much. And here's the other thing. Don't forget you got Jupiter in Cancer. So, or in your sign. So astrologically speaking, like, yeah, you've got the most protection, luck, good fortune out of all the signs all year. And Jupiter, like I said, will conjunct the moon. That's your ruler. And then still trine the North Node. So you're good. All right, let's get started. Yeah. You're good. You're really, really, really good. Just know what you want. And there's that confusion that I was talking about. And you've been dealing with that too for possibly actually months, especially with career. But let's get started. You got the Page of Swords. You're really good here, by the way. You got the Page of Swords. So yeah. It seems like as you move into this week, there may be some things where the Sun, Mercury, sextile Jupiter in your sign shifted things for you. Something new came through. You got that Page of Swords. Pages have that fresh new energy, this enthusiasm. He's so eager to use this sword. And remember, I said, all this Virgo energy in your third house anyway of communication, thinking, logic, rationale, conversations. That's a sword suit, right? The mental suit, the air suit. So really love this, all right? There may be, again, maybe something being bound, like an agreement. There may be, again, just something new that you launched or new path that you're on now. And there's this enthusiasm that I love that's right here, because it feels really special. Now, you also have the Seven of Cups and the heart of your spread, okay? So the Seven of Cups, there is a sense of what I said about Neptune. Mercury opposite Neptune will be strong. That's not the only aspect with Neptune. Again, there's like a million aspects that are happening this week within that concentrated period of time. There is a little bit of smoke and mirror here, okay? Even remember, I even brought up Uranus and Gemini in your 12th. That can be like hidden enemies. The 12th house is like everything beyond the physical plane. So it's like you have to trust your intuition. You have to ask yourself, is this real? Is this what I really want? Is this what I want moving forward? Is this person being honest with me? Is this the right path? Yeah? Take that time. Take that time. You got to know what you want. There's so many different opportunities here. That's another thing. There may be a new situation that you're putting yourself in that's really great for you. Does it align intuitively, your spiritual path? All of that. You may have some big questions here. Take your time. There's no train leaving the station. You got that 3 of Wands in your challenge area. You see what's happening here? There may be a little bit of, I don't know if this is the right path. I don't know if this is, if I'm ready yet. Do I need more time? It is eclipse season. I did say during eclipses, you kind of want to go with the flow with the go. Don't force anything. See how things turn out, because there can be surprises and the unexpected things that happen, right? So the other thing is, like, there may be, so you're going to feel a little bit of that this week, a little bit of confusion, but you're also going to feel that maybe there is someone else involved on your journey moving forward who may be going the other direction. Okay? There may be a little bit of that, or, maybe you needing to spend some time figuring out, like, is this the right course with this person? It's like a cartoon, like with, an ensemble cast or even a TV show. Like, I don't know, Scooby-Doo or something. Like, do you put Velma with Fred, Velma with Scooby? What's the best way forward? What's going to make the best team here? Right? For a lot of y'all. Anyway, you do have that Page of Cups too. I love that. You got these 2 pages. So yeah, there is this, what's really great here is there is a Page of Cups. So he is a big dreamer. He's got so much creative energy. This is someone who's very intuitive as well. It is cups, his emotions, his feelings. He's wearing red. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's romantic, all of that. Okay. So there is a sense of like this romanticizing and like even ideals and fantasy, but a lot of creative energy. But then with the 7 of Cups, have a foot on the ground. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Have a foot on the ground. See how things turn out, because you also have the Knight of Wands, who again is great. Yeah. But there is a sense of like, it's almost like you've got to, I would say, like, if there is a little bit of fog, wait until it lifts. Yeah. Again, don't force anything. You got to know what path is opening up for you, and if it's like aligned with your path, in order to do that and to know that, you got to know. Yeah. You got to tap into your inner self, your higher mind, all of that. Knight of Wands is like ready to go. Ready to go. Let's do it. Let's do it. But where? Right? But where? But for a lot of y'all, it will be like, yeah, there's a couple different opportunities that you're moving into, and there may be just, it could be a patch of fog. Every Cancer's different. You all have different birth charts. They're all, you know, like fingerprints, like I said, in your monthly forecast. So that's really great because there's this spirited energy. I'm like, I'm on a mission, ready to go. Just make sure it's the right path. You're on the right train. Yeah. Because you got temperance in your future. As long as you are in line spiritually and know that you're on the path that you need to be on, you got an archangel in your future protecting you, saying, hey, Cancer, I got you. You're good. Like Jimmy said, don't force anything. This is all about moderation. It's self-restraint. Yeah. Again, with that Knight of Swords, you're like, let's get through this, right? But you've got to do it Saturn's way. You've got to do it with even all the retrogrades. Yeah. All those outer planets. And temperance is so chill. Temperance is saying, hey, you're on a path. I get it. You're on a path. Know what you want. Everything's going to work out in your favor. Okay. I'm protecting you. All right. Try different things too. Temperance was formerly the alchemist. And that's why you see the water between the two cups. Water flows. By the way, set that in your monthly forecast. So that's really great because that's saying like you're on a path and you're going to get to where you need to go. So don't try to force anything. Don't resist change. Don't just, enjoy the moment. That's the best thing. Enjoy the moment. Be aware in the moment. Okay. That's going to bring that clarity that you need. Okay. Because if your head is in the clouds and you have a lot, it's only because of all this Neptunian energy, to be honest, because that can be like illusion, delusion as well, then confusion. Like I said, as long as you're patient and in line with what you know is true to you, you're going to be fine. Cancer, let's get to your stuff. Cancer, y'all are amazing. And I'm still doing this. I know I had audio issues last time. This is just, I have to do this setup again. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I love how I'm like walking you through this whole process. And Cancer, I love it. All right. So Cancer, yeah. It just feels like there's this internal tug of war. And a lot of it can be because of not only Neptune, but the fact that you do have Uranus retrograde and Gemini in your 12th. That can be really strong. You are still under the window of the lunar eclipse in Pisces. Remember, the moon is your ruler. So any eclipse is strong for you. That is in your 9th house of seeing the big picture. Okay? You've got to see the big picture. But you got the Four of Swords. Yeah. Take that time. That's just saying, take the time you need. Take the time you need. You're gonna need to really process things, okay? To be in a place where you're like, yeah, everything makes sense. I know that I'm taken care of. And sometimes, this is also saying sometimes, especially during eclipse season, things just work out in ways that you couldn't have imagined. Things as long as you trust your intuition, you're at that high frequency, you're going to be fine. Sometimes you don't have to do anything at all. The universe just takes care of you. Okay? Now, you're good. You got the 10 of Cups. Amazing. So there still is this element of there's still change happening for you, but it's the 10 of Cups. That's happy everything. That's so much joy. That's so much enjoyment. That's happy couple, happy family. You see it all here. Okay. And so there really is something really great to look forward to. All right. You have to believe that, though. You have to believe that. All right. Now, you have that Ace of Swords. Yeah. Cut through that fog. Okay. And it looks like a lot of y'all really want to, it does just seem like there is something that you're looking forward to, and it is this new path. It could be even like this new way of thinking. There's this new way of seeing things or new situation and circumstance that you're in that brings this whole new mindset. But at the same time, there is a sense of this level of like of achievement. There's something that you want to achieve here. And so again, trust your intuition and know that you're on the right path. Now, I say that because you have the
Swords and your final outcome. You see what's happening here? So really, really know what you want. What did I talk about Pluto and Aquarius for you? Is there something that you're holding in? Is there something that needs to come to the surface? Yeah. That's with the Seven of Swords and your final outcome, which is attributed to Aquarius. It's an Aquarius card. And so just keep that in mind. It's part of your transformation. Is there something that you're not telling people? Yeah. Is there something where you have to be honest with yourself about something too? So just bear that in mind. There may be a little bit of like tug of war, but you're going to move into is once you all that sorted, you're good. Or I'll even clarify that for you. I mean, where are we? Okay. What did you get? You got the Six of Pentacles. You're fine. You're good. So this is just saying, hey, let's be mindful. And when I say being honest with yourself, it can be about circumstances too. If there's someone that's in your world, because Seven of Swords, it is deception. It is disloyalty. It's everything that I said about Neptune. Is if that's happening to you, if someone's lying to you and you know it, if someone's, being unfair to you, this is the lying, cheating, stealing card, right? If you're just letting that happen, that's not being honest with yourself. Okay, so every Cancer is different, in every circumstance. But once you take care of that, you're good. You got the Six of Pentacles, which is all about generosity. Generosity is spirit. It's very spiritual. It's, we call him the young Hierophant. But you see, even with all this Libra energy that's happening, and you see the scales here, he's got the scale in his hand. There is this great balance of like giving, receiving. It's just, if you're seeking support, it will be coming, but you have to be honest with yourself about something here. Yeah. And have that breakthrough, but really wonderful. And it could be, pentacles are wealth and money, but it's your physical reality as well. And so there is a sense of like taking that inspired action that you need for all that support, where it may be you offering all the support to other people based on maybe some experiences that you go through this week, or you receiving that support that you're seeking. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it takes that inspired action. Okay. So, Cancer, you're actually good, but it's yeah. It really is just having a foot on the ground and letting some of that fog clear and having really honest conversations. Now, Cancer, next week, where are we? Okay. Yeah. Next week. Oh my gosh. We have the eclipse. We have the equinox. We have Libra season. We have Mars moving into Scorpio. We have so much happening. And then, second spread. We're going to pull more cards, see which ones overlap here. That's the big takeaway. Yeah. And we'll talk about some of those aspects, the lunations, planetoids, the asteroids, all of that. It's very pivotal. Anyone's welcome to join. Tier 3 members, you know where to find the link. Thank you so much, Cancer. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.